we're late.
Okay, we'll call this meeting to order, the Blackhawk County Board of Supervisors, July 9, 2019. Let's have roll call, please.
Leyland,
Here.
Schwartz,
Here.
Trelka,
Here.
White, Little.
Here. Okay, would you join us in a moment of silence? Join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Item 1 is agenda received as proposed or amended.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions or comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Public comments. Anybody like to speak to the board at this time? It's not a agenda item.
Yeah, you can.
Do we have
I think
somebody?
there's a guy.
Come up to the podium and state your name and address, please.
My name is Norman Permer. I was here last meeting, and I complained about the bad shed and home across our street that isn't being taken of. Mr. Schultz come out and looked at it, and he took pictures, and I'm just kind of curious, what are we gonna do?
There's been an ongoing investigation going on there for the last 5 years.
Probably.
Building inspector's been out there and health department and everything, so it's been a constant problem.
So,
Still working on it.
still working on it.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. If you want to chat with a board member after the meeting or contact myself, I can go in a little bit more depth on that.
I'd like to see someone speed it up a little bit.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of laws that you have to follow, and that's what we've been doing, so
Before some child gets hurt over there.
understand. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, nobody else? Let's go to item 3, claims and payments, resolution A.
The claims for the board this week total $363,759.30.
Okay, is there any questions or comments on the claims?
Move to approve.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Leyland,
Yes.
Schwartz,
Yes.
Trelka,
Yes.
Little.
Yes. Moving on to, is there anything for Country View?
No, there's not.
Okay, then we'll skip that resolution. We'll move on to item 4, receive project updates from department heads and or elected officials. Morning, Kathy.
Morning, Kathy.
Good morning, Board. Kathy Nicholas, County Engineer. A brief update on our construction activities. The bridge work on Cedar Wapsie Road Bridge, the replacement project there. The tree trimmers, the mulchers, they have come back to work this week. They've come back with a very large mulching machine, and they are grinding up the trees, cutting them up, and we're hopeful that soon PCI will move on to site, and then there will actually start to be some bridge construction going on. Our secondary roads crews are working the 9.5 hours to get the gravel roads back in better shape. We did have our contract rock haulers come in last week, and Grundy Road has now been re-rocked with 500 tons per mile. And then lastly, I just wanted to mention that dust control has been applied. It was applied several weeks ago on those locations that were able to be applied. There are still a number of soft spots around the county. We have discussed with residents, sent them notices that we would try and have the roads in better condition before the next application of dust control product is applied, and that's typically very late July or the first part of August.
How long do you expect the overtime to be going?
Probably a few more. We're just now starting to get onto the mile rack. The districts have done, I think, as much spot rocking as they can for the time being. We are now using our 4 truck drivers to go out and place the mile rock in each of the greater districts. So now that we'll be getting around to the 9 greater districts, I think there will be some shuffling of personnel so that certain people will be working the longer hours for probably 3 or 4 more weeks. And it's primarily been our truck drivers and our motor grader operators. Those are the ones work in a mechanic, of course.
But the situation with the roads, it's clearly gotta be better than what it was 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Dried
Yeah.
out and so forth.
Right. So now the challenge is getting enough rock. Typically, we do 15 miles in each greater district. Now the challenge is trying to get that rock out onto the roadway in the remaining weeks before the end of September.
And some of that's what your work session for next week.
Yeah, I just wanted to give you an update on how we're doing with that, and yes,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you,
Okay.
Kathy.
Thank you.
Okay, Rita.
Rita Schmidt, Treasurer. I'm just going to bring to the board's attention that the Crossroads branch office I had to close for the last couple weeks due to some changes that the DOT had for connections with our remote, with the downtown offices here. And I've been working with Kim and with ACES. We may have to go with internet out there. We're not sure if that even will fix it. So right at the time, we're temporarily closed, and it is posted at Crossroads and at our office too. So if you have anybody call, that's what's going on. So hopefully I have something figured out within the next few weeks as to whether we can keep it open or if it's going to have to be a decision.
Rita, what do they do out there?
We do title and registration and property taxes both.
property taxes.
And with the 2 different processes that are done out there, it could be a point where we just go down to 1, and I don't want to do that because that's more confusion for the public. So it's been working good, and we've been kind of piecemealing it as long as we have been able to with the technology changes and everything. So it's just a point of process to try to see if we can, with internet, if that will work, because we don't have that now, and but we have to work with DOT and the mall, and so it's a working process, but I do want to just let you know if in case public makes some comment to you guys, and you just refer them down to us. So we're checking into it, and hopefully we come with a solution one way or the other. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you. Morning.
Good morning, Yolando Lovelace, Executive Director of Blackhawk County. I just had one thing I needed to add. So the Blue Water Veterans just was signed, goes into effect January 2020. We should see an increase in our office going forward. We're going to start doing those claims for those veterans who are have those presumptive diseases. It's 11 of them out there. They can start coming to our office now. We can file those claims. They won't get answered. They won't get acknowledged till January. But we'll start doing those claims. The biggest thing for Yolando and his office to do is to get out there now and promote it so that awareness is out there. So the next month and a half, I'll be out to every service post, getting that word out to all the Vietnam veterans that served in the Navy that may have those presumptive diseases or those conditions. Get them out there so they can get into our office so we can get them their appropriate claim submitted and get their appropriate compensation. And last couple of things I've been doing is we had a commissioners meeting the other day, and there was a person who said, hey, Yolando's not out there, not in the streets, not doing things that they want to see more of me out there. So what I've been doing the last couple of days and trying to do every other day is to get out in the community, handing out resources, handing out flyers at all the Unity Point areas, at Salvation Army, anything that where Veterans Way may come in to visit for whatever reason, make sure we have the appropriate resources and material out there so that they're aware of what we do at our office. Because we still are getting new clients in every day that didn't know that we're here to help them. So there's still a delta out there, and we're still trying to reach them. Just wanted to give you that update.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you very much. Okay, is there anybody else? TJ, you want to get in there too, don't you?
Might as well, right? Get them all, get them all. TJ Koenigsdahl, the assessor here. In your consent agenda, you've noticed the Property Assessment Appeal Board and District Court notifications. Those are required by Iowa Code. Anybody that requests $100,000 or more in a change in assessed value or $5 million or more in total assessed value And board review did adjourn, so they're trickling in slowly. So far, looks like the deadline hasn't met for the PAB board in Des Moines, which is in Waterloo, Country Inn and Suites, Crossroads Mall, Lowe's, Ferguson, Econo Lodge, Aquin, and PetSmart. And in District Court, I believe so far we have Walmart for the Waterloo. Cedar Falls, we have Village Cooperative, Hypro, College Square, Ruan, and Walmart in District Court there. So overall, we have so far 21 properties in the Property Assessment Appeal Board and 4 in District Court. So for an odd number year, which is a revalue year, I don't think that's very, very bad, but there's potential to lose assessed value here, which we do, and taxing bodies will be adjust accordingly. So
Very good.
How does that number seem, TJ, compared to other years? Is it kind of,
really pretty light overall. I mean, it's a revaluation year. 2019 was every odd number year we revalue properties. It's statewide. All assessors do that, and that's when everyone usually gets a notification if their value changed. Interim years, which would be your even numbered years, we don't see really many at all, just because we don't change a lot of assessed values then. So compared to our big year, which was in 2011, that was the last major revaluation we had. I think we had 385 or something like that year. So I'll take 21.
yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks very much.
Thank you. Okay, anybody else? Okay, moving on then to item 5, minutes approved for July 2nd, 2019.
So moved.
Second?
Any questions or comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item 6, consent agenda be made with a single resolution.
Move to approve.
Second?
Any questions on the consent? Roll call, please.
Schwartz?
Yes.
Jelka?
Yes.
Leyland?
Yes.
Little?
Yes. Okay, moving on to item 7, contracts and agreements, resolution agreement between Blackhawk County and District Court Administration. This is a renewal on the parking stalls. And I believe the dollar amount stayed the same, Abby? Okay. Any questions on this one?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Jelka?
Yes.
Leyland?
Yes.
Schwartz?
Yes.
Little?
Yes. Item B is a resolution of termination notice received from Grin Grow Daycare effective May 2nd, 2019 for the lease agreement between Blackhawk County and Grin Grow for the use of space at Pinecrest Building be approved.
So moved.
Second?
Any questions on this one? Roll call, please.
Leyland?
Yes.
Schwartz?
Yes.
Jelka?
Yes.
Little?
Yes. Item C is a resolution of contract between Blackhawk County and Ray's LLC. The project's listed there. It's culverts on Pioneer Drive and Union Circle in Blackhawk County. Total bid of $32,147. Completion date is September the 30th of this year. Kathy?
Yeah, so next year we will be resurfacing what we call Turkey Foot Heights. That's Pioneer Drive and Union Circle in the northwest portion of the county. And in preparation of that resurfacing, we'd like to do some slight drainage improvements, reinstalling or replacing 2 culverts, and then making a drainage improvement right at the intersection of Cedar Wapsie and Pioneer Drive. This is work we could do ourselves, but we're just so busy this summer replacing other culverts and fixing up the gravel roads that we opted to put together a very small bid package. We sent it out to 4 or 5 contractors. We did receive bids from three separate excavation firms in the area, and Ray's Excavating was the low bid for the $32,000. So I would recommend that you approve this, and we go ahead and can work towards getting a contract with them. And this does come out of our professional services budget in the FY20 budget.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Any other questions? Roll call?
Schwartz?
Yes.
Jelka?
Yes.
Leyland?
Yes.
Little?
Yes. Item 8, other business. Resolution A is the IRS Form 720 to remit payment of $2,294.40 for the county's patient-centered outcome research fee of 2017-2018 plan year.
So moved.
Second.
Deb, is there anything you want to add to this one?
This is one that Helen
or Alan?
This is a requirement that came about with the Affordable Care Act. I believe we have one more year after this, and then it should be done.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Board, any other questions? Roll call, please.
Trelka,
Yes.
Leyland,
Yes.
Schwartz.
Yes.
Little,
Yes. Item B is a motion that the grounds use request for Grin and Grow to use the Pinecrest parking lot on Saturday, July 13th, 2019 for a yard and garage sale to be approved.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, anybody got any questions on this one? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Motion carries. Item C is a resolution of the bridge embargo establishing vehicle and load limits. This one's Elk Run Creek located on Osage Road, east of Elk Run Road. Kathy?
Yeah, if I could just explain these next 5 resolutions. Last year, at the end of the 2018 legislative session, the Iowa legislature allowed an increase for construction, primarily for construction vehicles. It allowed for primarily dump trucks that have 1 drive axle and 6 axles to now be legal on all roads in Iowa. So this is a fairly short vehicle to begin with, and it has 6 axles, so it is allowing quite a concentrated load. So we were then tasked, all the counties were then tasked with reanalyzing all of our bridges that we felt might be questionable with this type of concentrated load. So that means that certain lengths of bridges had to be reanalyzed. We hired a structural engineering consultant to do that. I think we felt that 14 bridges needed to be analyzed here in Blackhawk County. They did come back and say 5 bridges would need to be load posted for these embargoes that we've listed here. This will limit some types of traffic on our gravel road system. So anyway, I would ask that you approve these, and I can explain each one if that's.
So you'll have then justification on why you're doing it, because I'm sure you're going to have somebody questioning these.
Yeah, yes, we may, yes, because these will now be bridges that have an embargo that I believe
Okay.
none of them have an embargo right now.
Okay.
I noticed you mentioned in the list you had the Elk Run Creek one has the 1 truck on the bridge limit. The others were all tonnage.
Right, so that structure, the consultant did say that for safety, to be in compliance with a safer transition across the bridge, that we should just limit it to 1 bridge at a time, or excuse me, 1 truck at a time crossing the bridge. The other 4, they opted to go with 26 tons or 32 tons on the structures.
Okay, anybody else?
I would just say I appreciate your due diligence protecting our county's infrastructure and the safety of our residents from the reckless actions of the state legislature.
Can they challenge this?
There have been the county engineers executive board. We've been trying to perhaps get it repealed. It doesn't seem likely. In fact, it's probably more likely that more exceptions are allowed. This legislative session, they've allowed for raw, I believe the provision was for raw timber loadings of trucks. And that's not a huge concern here in Blackhawk County, but that would be more in the northeast portion of the state where the timbered areas are.
Okay.
So.
Anybody else? Do I have a motion on that, Grant?
no.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Leyland,
Yes.
Schwartz.
Yes.
Trelka,
Yes.
Little,
Yes. Item D is a resolution of bridge embargo. This one will be on Spring Creek, located on Harmon Road between Garling Road and Bader Road. Same thing, Kathy?
Yes, same thing for the next
Okay.
4.
Move to approve.
Second.
Anybody else? Roll call, please.
Schwartz.
Yes.
Trelka,
Yes.
Leyland,
Yes.
Little,
Yes. Item E is a resolution of bridge embargo establishing vehicle limits. Again, this one's for Pointer Creek, Ordway Road between Dubuque Road and Osage Road.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any questions? Roll call, please.
Trelka,
Yes.
Leyland,
Yes.
Schwartz,
Yes.
Little,
Yes. Item F is a resolution on the bridge embargo. This one would be Crane Creek, located on Marquee Road between Raymond Road and Tahoe Avenue, Bremer County.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions on this one? Roll call, please.
Leyland,
Yes.
Schwartz,
Yes.
Trelka,
Yes.
Little,
Yes, and the last one's a resolution on the bridge embargo. This one is for Crane Creek, located on Jessup Road between Fox Road and Indian Creek Road.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any questions? Roll call, please.
Schwartz,
Yes.
Trelka,
Yes.
Leyland,
Yes.
Little,
Yes. Item H is a resolution of the tax sale certificate assignment for a vacant lot. The parcel that's listed there located in Waterloo, Iowa pursuant to 446.31 of the Code of Iowa be approved and said certificate of purchase tax sale be assigned to Iowa Heartland Habitat for Humanity with a tax sale assignment for a fee of $10 and a tax payment of $108.
Move to approve.
Second.
I think everybody got a memo on that from Rita. Is there any other questions? Okay. Roll call, please.
Trelka,
Yes.
Leyland,
Yes.
Schwartz,
Yes.
Yes.
Little,
Okay, here, before we recess, is there any reports or information from the board at this time?
I did attend the Cedar Falls annexation meeting where they, I think it's about 240 acres they're going to annex into Cedar Falls. Cedar Falls owns 200 acres of it, and there are 6 or 7 parcel owners that are involved in this process, and they all agreed to be annexed into Cedar Falls, so there's not much resistance to it, and it's to expand their industrial park.
Sure.
It seems like eventually it's going to be a good project.
Are we done with that now?
We are done.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay, we're gonna take a recess and we're gonna reconvene at 10:05.